Amber Saracen here for Ice Bears TV. I'm with Vice President of Rink Specialists, Rich Cuban, and we're here at Center Ice. Rich, can you tell me, you're not just Vice President, you're out on the job. Tell me about your experiences being on the ice.
It's definitely a labor of love situation here at Rink Specialists. Ben, my partner, and I, we typically don't sit in an office very long. It's definitely an in-the-field experience. There's a lot of technical side to things, a lot of variations, so we pretty much, we wear a suit and tie maybe 4 times a year. Hopefully it's not a funeral.
And can you tell me a little bit about your company, Rink Specialists?
Yes, we do everything in the ice rink community as far as ice painting. We do permanent and temporary ice rink installations. Everything from a very small 40 by 100 size ice rink all the way up to NHL size ice rinks.
And obviously you do an exceptional job here with the Ice Bears. Can you tell me about some of the other venues that you've gotten to work on?
Yes, 2 years ago, most notably, we did the Winter Classic Community Rink with the Pittsburgh Penguins and the NHL, and it was, pretty much a very good stepping stone for us. We're hockey guys, so it's great to do the little figure skating rinks every once in a while, but we love doing the hockey, And then this year we just concluded doing Frozen Fenway, which was basically a replica of the NHL Winter Classic 2 years ago in Boston. And that, again, was all hockey-based, and both my partner and I are from New England. And I was even fortunate enough to have my high school play there. And some of my coaching staff was there. Some of the players I played with were there. So it was just awesome to, again, be in the hockey community and then be at somewhere like Fenway Park, the oldest baseball stadium in America. I mean, it's just amazing.
Can you tell me about what differences there are? Obviously, you build rinks here, but you also build rinks where there aren't rinks outside. Can you tell me how different that process is?
Yeah, it all starts with the foundation. A lot of people think just because you're down in Florida, or we're even looking at Hawaii right now. But the heat outside, the ambient air temperature, it really isn't the biggest factor. The biggest factor that we contend with all the time is direct sunlight. Because even though the surface is typically white, it's just a giant magnet outdoors. So that all goes into calculating your refrigeration. Are you going to use insulation for a foundation? What terrain you're dealing with. And one of the biggest problems we always have is getting power. These things require an enormous amount of power. So once you get all that figured out, then you have to figure out how to make a rink, especially if it's a hockey rink, strong enough to play on and drive Zambonis on and all that stuff. And when you throw Mother Nature into the mix, this is a nice controlled environment. I don't care how old the building is or so forth. It's stable, it's concrete. Typically we're on grass or dirt or gravel, and we've got to make it level. And as far as the public knows, they got to think this is the greatest thing in the world without really knowing what's going on underneath it. So.
Can you tell me about the maximum, can you tell me about how you keep the ice healthy? What's the best thickness and process?
Oh, okay. This being a professional rink, it's got a concrete surface. So we try to keep it at about 1 inch to 1.25 inches. Because these guys, they always blame their bad skating on their skates, right? So they're always sharpening their skates. It's not the case. They could probably go months without sharpening the skates. But we try to keep it at about 1 inch, 1.25 inches. And the idea is being not only clarity for the lines and logos and sponsors and such, but it keeps the ice fast. Hockey players like hard, fast ice. Figure skating likes more of a softer, ice when they're gripping it for their jumps and stuff. So that's usually where we keep it for professional venues. If it's a multi-use facility where there's hockey, general skating, figure skating going on, you got to carry thicker ice, just for multi-use purposes.
And we see the final product of everything. Tell me about how long is the process and how many people are usually involved? We
usually bring a crew of 3 to 4, which is pretty unusual for this type of service. Most professional venues, I've seen as many as 20 people doing what we do, and it takes them 2 or 3 days. We actually complete the ice painting process, logos and everything, inside of 10 hours. And that's even with 3 people. And we've used Knoxville several times to show just exactly how efficient we are. This is all of our own ice paint. Everything you see out here, we designed, we developed. It's American made, and it's designed to allow us to give the best performance that we can to our customers. So start to finish, skating usually 48 to 72 hours.
Well, thank you for all the work that you've done here. I know we've had great success in our Coliseum. Amber Saracen for Ice Bears TV.